All right.
We have some insight, but who knows?
All right. Well, thank you all for being here on this rainy, icy, cold day. I'm gonna get this started by reading the nomination letter. So on December 10th, 2025, to the Executive Council, I am pleased to nominate William J. Larkin to the position of Clerk Magistrate of the Franklin, Hampshire Juvenile Court. I submit this nomination for the advice and consent of the Executive Council pursuant to Part 2, Chapter 2 of the Constitution of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, and in closing the nominee's resume for your convenience. Sincerely, Maura Tiffany. So congratulations on your nomination and welcome today. I will introduce myself and the counselors that are with us today. I am Tara Jacobs, representing Western Mass, your counselor. And going this way around the table, we have Counselor Civil, Counselor Dolan. Counselor Ziegler is joining us by Zoom today. Counselor Kennedy and Counselor DiPaolo. I would like to first call up your first witness, and we're going to start with the Honorable Charles Belsky, please.
Hoping you were going to go first. Good afternoon, counselors. My name is Charles Belsky. I'm the first justice of the Franklin, Hampshire Juvenile Court. So I've known Mr. Larkin for many years. I won't get into how many. Back when I was first started practicing law in Hampshire County, and Bill was an assistant DA, and our paths have crossed many, many times over the years. And I can say from early on, I've always been really impressed with Bill as a person. He's a good and decent man, and he's just a quality person. I've always respected his work, but I respected his ability to deal with people even more. The last 9 years, I've been the first justice in Franklin, Hampshire, and Bill's been first assistant clerk and then our acting clerk. And in that time, I've come to really rely on him for his help. He has great common sense and judgment. We don't have any urban centers, not unlike Berkshire. And but we do have a large area. We're actually larger than Middlesex, and we have 4 sites. And I say 1.4 judges because I'm there 5 days a week, and we have another judge who's there 2 days a week. So it's hard to cover everything. So Bill's often the first person that's really interfacing with these people that come in, you know, in crisis or with problems or something going on. And I totally trust his ability to deal with them at that stage. And he's just very helpful that way. He's just good with people. The staff all like him. And for that, they're very loyal to him. And I always brag a little bit. I think our court staff, and particularly our clerk staff, is one of the best. You know, as a practicing attorney, I used to deal with a lot of clerks' offices, and some were friendly and some were not so friendly. And I think our staff is very friendly, very helpful for people trying to navigate their crisis and get to court. And I think that's a reflection on how Bill leads them. So I'm actually, my retirement date is approaching. I have mandatory retirement coming up. So I would love to have Bill appointed and affirmed as a clerk magistrate so he can carry on what the court's been doing over the last 30 years since the establishment of it. So I thank you for taking the time, and thank you very much.
Oh, does anyone have any questions for our witness?
Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you for your
time back.
I hope
You see the ocean while you're out there by any chance?
I'm hoping to. I've heard it's big.
thank you, Judge. And with you're already off the bench using up all that vacation time?
Yeah.
Are you thinking maybe recall if we have a delay in filling your spot? Because
Yeah, I've put in a letter indicating I'd be happy to do
I
it.
think that'd be wonderful. So I signal my approval of that happening until we can get And a nominee to fill that spot. Hello, hello. Well, thank you so much. And now I'd like to call up our next witness who has been here several times recently, and so I'm so glad to see you again. Thank you for making the time to come. It's Judge Bono from the Appeals Court and Western Mass.
Sit if you don't mind.
Please make yourself comfortable.
Marks are prepared, because I always like to make sure, just for Councilor Kennedy, that they're under 3 minutes. Good afternoon. Let me begin by wishing all of you a happy and healthy new year. I'm happy to start the new year being here in support of the governor's nomination of William J. Larkin, whom I should call Bill throughout the rest of my remarks. He's been nominated, as you know, for the position of Clerk Magistrate of the Juvenile Court in Franklin, Hampshire counties. This nomination gives you the opportunity to start the year off on a happy note as well, because you can confirm an exceptional nominee, one who has already demonstrated he is worthy of the governor's trust and of your vote. Again, my name is Ariane Vuno, and I am the Senior Associate Justice of the Massachusetts Appeals Court. It is always a privilege to appear before you, and it is an honor to publicly support Bill's candidacy for this job. As you know, as you've just heard, Bill has served as the acting clerk magistrate and as the first assistant clerk, and has also served as the acting clerk magistrate in the Juvenile Court in Berkshire County. And he did so during the COVID pandemic. In that challenging time, Bill kept the doors open and the staff and public safe. Thus, Bill comes to you not only with hands-on experience, but extraordinary experience. In those positions, which I have just mentioned, he has demonstrated that he has all the requisite skills: patience, accountability, dedication, and he's shown respect for all, to the staff, to the judges, and most importantly, to the members of the public. Frankly, you don't really have to take a chance with this one. His success is guaranteed because he has already been so successful. I don't need to tell any of you how important the job of clerk magistrate is. Bill and his colleagues who have the same position are what I call quiet leaders. There's not a lot of fanfare to the job, but it is critical to the efficient operation of the courts. And as a result, it promotes the public's trust in the judicial branch. We are in sore need of such leaders. I am so pleased that the governor has recognized Bill as such a leader. He possesses the same qualities today that I admired when we first worked together. Like a judge, I'm not going to say how long ago that was. And I'm going to ask you not to do the math on that one either. But we started out together in the DA's office. I was just a year or two behind him, but you wouldn't have known that. Eons ahead of me. I watched him argue in court. I watched him explain proceedings to witnesses and victims, discuss the cases with police officers, and I was impressed. And I learned so much during that time from you, and I'm grateful for it. In closing, let me say that Bill is the quintessential public servant, a role he did not abandon even when he was in private practice. I personally know many parents who steered their children his way, not only for his legal assistance if they found themselves in a little bit of trouble, but also for guidance. As a friend, I am proud of Bill's accomplishments. As a citizen of Western Massachusetts, I am grateful for his service. And as an appellate judge, I commend the governor and all those who work with her for nominating a person of his caliber and intellect. I urge you to vote in favor of this nomination.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Any questions?
I just want to know if she's going to reconsider that SJC.
I'm plus retirement too.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Before we move on, I just want to acknowledge we have also been joined by Councillor Ianella, and glad to see you. Before I offer you the opportunity to share your personal statement, I wanted to give you the chance to introduce the people who have come today in support.
Thank you. So my daughter Jennifer, my daughter Ava, my sister Kathy, and her husband Mike, who was kind enough to be the driver from Western Mass for us all today. So thank you all for coming. My wife Jill and Ava's twin, Jordan, my twin daughter, they're both in Ireland. Jill's family is from Ireland, and she had a late scheduled trip. Some of her family were having health issues, so she felt the need to get over there. So Jordan accompanied her, and my son Colin had work commitments and was unable to make it today. But
Well, he'll be able to watch the hearing online. So before I give you, is there anyone here in opposition? Seeing none, please share your personal statement.
okay, well, thank you, everybody. Good morning. Thank you, Ariane. You are a tough act to follow, I tell you that. Good morning. I'd like to thank the people who have played a major role in my being here today. Thank you to Governor Healy, Lieutenant Governor Driscoll for nominating me to this position. I'm truly honored and humbled. To the Judicial Nominating Committee for their time, effort, and their commitment to this process. The Governor's legal counsel team, Jesse Boudou and Dara Kesselheim, for their support and kindness. They've been a big help. Thank you to this council for taking the time to speak with me prior to this hearing and for being here today. Thank you to Judge Belsky and Judge Vuno, obviously, for them taking the time coming down here on my behalf. I would like to thank my predecessor, Christopher Reevy, who was one of the original clerks here in the Juvenile Court. Also, the Administrative Office of the Juvenile Court, former Chief Justice Nectum and present Chief Justice Gershengorn. Both showed their confidence in me by appointing me acting clerk magistrate. Thank you to Thomas Capasso, the deputy court administrator. He's been incredibly helpful to me and supportive throughout the past several years, going back and forth between courts. Thank you to all the present clerk magistrates, a very collaborative, supportive group, and I thank them for their support during this process. Special thank you to the staff of the Franklin, Hampshire Juvenile Court. I work with an incredible staff. They're all committed to the mission of the Juvenile Court. They all work hard. I consider myself very fortunate to work with such an outstanding group of individuals. Special thank you to my family, who I've introduced, my wife Jill, my children Jennifer, Colin, twin daughters Jordan and Ava, my brother and sister, their spouses, all been supportive throughout the years. I told you why Phil and Jordan aren't here today. I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I'm the middle child of 3, born in Hoyoke, raised in Northampton, now back living in Hoyoke. My parents were both hardworking. My mom was an RN. She worked overnights so she could be home for the 3 of us for before and after school. My dad worked in the local factory. He worked long, hard hours. We grew up in a public housing apartment for many years, eventually moving into our own house, which was a very joyous occasion, I recall, one that we think about often. I went to the local public schools, went to the University of Massachusetts at Amherst. I lived at home while going to school, worked 5 days a week part-time during my time at UMass. I then went on to the University of New England School of Law. I worked at night. I went to school at night. I worked full-time during the day. I was the first member of my family to graduate from college. I paid my own way through both UMass and law school. I was fortunate enough after law school to begin working at the Northwestern District Attorney's Office, first as a district court administrator, then as an assistant district attorney. The DA's office provided me with a tremendous foundation to my legal career. I worked with extremely talented attorneys, such as Judge Vuno. To say she learned from me is a little bit of an overstatement. She was pretty clearly a star in our office, and I learned. I'm the one that learns a lot. I left the DA's office, started private law practice. My partner and I opened a downtown Northampton law practice, just the 2 of us. We remained We remained in practice together for 15 years. My practice consisted mostly of criminal defense and litigation. During this time, I also coached the high school boys lacrosse team. I formed long relationships with many young people and their families. I represented many young people over the years who would later express to me their appreciation, not for my legal representation, but for the guidance and support I showed them. During my time in private practice, I was a part-time staff counsel for the Hampshire County Bar Advocate Program. I took great pride in representing indigent defendants and advocating on their behalf, the most vulnerable people who appear before our court. I also personally represented hundreds of such clients while in private practice. I had the privilege of mentoring many attorneys in the Bar Advocate Program and watched many of them go on to become great practitioners of law. These experiences of representing young people, coaching, mentoring, and being there for the young people in my community was what gave me the most satisfaction, and it's what led me to the juvenile court. For the past almost 20 years, I have been in the Franklin, Hampshire Juvenile Court as an assistant clerk. For 2.5 years, I was the clerk magistrate, acting clerk magistrate at Berkshire Juvenile Court. Since May of 2025, I have been the acting clerk magistrate in the Franklin, Hampshire Juvenile Court. I believe the juvenile court in the position of clerk magistrate is the ideal culmination of a career that has provided me with a diverse, balanced, and meaningful experiences across nearly every facet of the justice system. My life experiences background, being a father of 4, has also added to my preparation for this position. I have witnessed within my own family, many of the same challenges facing families that appear before our court. These personal experiences shaped my understanding and strengthened my commitment to treating everybody who appears before the juvenile court with compassion, patience, and dignity. I am eager to continue to apply the knowledge, judgment, and leadership skills I have developed over the years to a position that is challenging and essential to the fair and efficient operation of the court. If fortunate enough to be confirmed, I will continue to work hard to serve those who appear before the court with respect, empathy, and kindness. I sincerely believe that purposeful work leads to a meaningful life, and I am fortunate to have found such work, and I hope to continue to do so for many years. Thank you for your time and consideration. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
I'm going to start by passing over to Counselor Civil to ask any questions.
Happy New Year. It was a pleasure speaking to you, and there's no doubt in my mind that you are highly qualified for this position that, if confirmed, you'll receive. I have 2 questions for you. My first question is, what role should a clerk magistrate play in improving access to justice in the juvenile court?
Well, I think the court is, as you know, the first door that people come through when they come to the court. The clerk's office is the first people they see. So it's imperative that we treat people with open arms and welcome in a welcoming way. Most people who come to our court are they don't want to be there. So it's very important to welcome them, to listen to them, and to show them kindness and respect. And by doing that, I think it takes away the fear of the court, and more people would feel more welcomed to be there.
Thank you. And my other question is, what steps would you take to make the court more welcoming and accessible to non-English speaking families or those with disabilities?
Okay, well, I think the translator issue is an issue that we do face. We have trouble getting translators. There's been an effort recently to make them more accessible via technology through virtually or by telephone. But I think there is a shortage of translators. Our communities, we don't have as much of a need as some courts. I know I cover Hoyle to help out in Hoyle once in a while, and they have translators there on a full-time basis. So disability wise, I think the court building is mandated to be accessible, and we make sure that those mandates are followed.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councilor Dolan.
Thank you so much. Good morning, it's good to see you.
Good to see you.
Thank you for taking the time to speak with me the other day. I really appreciated our conversation and you sharing your insights and your experience. Based on your witness testimony alone, I would be inclined to vote yes. I don't have any doubts that you're obviously extremely well qualified, positioned to become clerk magistrate. And so I really don't have any questions, but I do just want to give you the opportunity to talk a little bit about something that we talked about, which is that I think clerk magistrates have gotten some bad press and people don't really understand what they do. Was there anything about the work of a clerk magistrate that you can share with folks? Also, just want to say one more thing, which is through in our discussion, how much you value the work and how important it is to you. So I know you care about what people think
Right.
of clerk magistrates.
Yeah, I think, the juvenile court's a little bit of a different ballgame because it's a closed court. So I don't think there's as much public perception of what we as juvenile court groups do, because there's very few people who know what's going on in juvenile court. There's no newspaper articles or news about what goes on in juvenile court. So we're not, I guess, aren't under the spotlight as much as district court clerk might be. But yeah, we pretty much wear all the hats. We deal with the public. We try to calm people down. I sit with them and listen to them, and then we do we're like the judge's assistant. We do whatever the judge asks us to do. So, and in our particular region, as Judge Belsky said, we don't have an available judge quite a bit. So there's all kinds of different things we do. And I think the people who come to our court and then leave the court don't have complaints about the court. I can't speak for other courts, but I don't think that happens with our juvenile court.
Speaks fun. I don't have any further questions.
Thank you. Councilor Iannella.
Thank you very much. I don't have any questions. I mean, assistant clerk magistrate, acting clerk magistrate, I don't know. It's the word. Close to 20 years, so you clearly have the experience. I like to appoint someone within. I think it would be a great addition to the court system. I look forward to it.
Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Thank you, Councilor. Now we turn to the screen. Councilor Ziegler is joining us remotely today.
Hi, good afternoon.
Wait. Are you muted? What's the story?
Oh, can you hear me okay?
No, we're not hearing it.
Liz, you sound great.
On our end?
You look good.
Fantastic.
Let me,
I'm not, you know what, Eunice, we're gonna figure it out and come back to you, okay? I apologize. All right, moving on to Councilor Kennedy.
Okay, so you've been in Hadley, and acting where? Berkshire? You've been bouncing around a little bit. Have you had trouble keeping a job? Let me ask you, you were the acting clerk magistrate for 3 years in Berkshire, right?
Close to 3 years, yes.
Did you mess it up?
I don't believe so, no.
Then I'll vote for you. I did it, you have a great family, they look very proud of you, and I know that at least one of your 2 daughters indicated that they supported your nomination. I'm not sure about the other one, she was kind of a little hesitant, but I'm not gonna say which one. So we had a long talk on the phone, and I talked about what was important to me in juvenile court. Diversion. Try to keep these kids, even when they're idiots, from getting arrested. Even when it's multiple times that they mess up, we try to divert. You seem to be on board with that, so
Absolutely.
I will vote for you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Councilor Kennedy. Should we move to Aaron? Are we ready? We're not ready yet. We are ready? Okay, all right. So, Councilor Paul.
Thank you, Counselor. Good morning or good afternoon. Congratulations
Thank you.
on your nomination. You had a lot of good folks reaching out to the council, from court officers to retired Judge Collins, everyone in between, amazing witnesses. So clearly, your experience demonstrates your competency for the role. I just want to ask a couple questions about Western Mass Juvenile Court. Really nothing to do with you, to be honest. I don't think anything can go wrong here. Is there a CASA organization in the courts where you've been working?
CASA?
Yeah.
Yeah, we do have CASA.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a great asset to our court.
Do they have like I don't know, do they have a robust roster of volunteers available?
I'm not sure, Judge Bell.
Should have asked Judge, well.
Yeah, I know that they do outreach to always try to get people to volunteer, and they have a training program for CASA volunteers. So yeah, we do use them quite frequently.
Yeah. Is there like a need? Are there times, I apologize, counselor, to address this question away from the witness. Are there times when like you'd love to appoint a special advocate and they're not available, or?
No, they've done a really good job of having a roster of council GALs that are available. So we've never had that problem. They've even, we have, in care and protection cases, we can appoint educational surrogates who deal with special education issues. We're not able to appoint GALs through the usual GAL appointment process for delinquencies and CRAs. But CASA has stepped in, and they've even, they have a roster of specialists in education issues that we can even get them involved on the CRAs if necessary.
It's great to hear. Thank you. Thank you for indulging me on that. You don't have a lot of urban school districts in your area.
Yeah.
In other parts of the state, they're over the last year, well, just in general, the dynamic of it, but school districts referring children as CRAs, to children requiring assistance of the court. I mean, is there anything happening there that's unusual? Is there an uptick in that? Is it standard, kind of status quo?
Beginning of the school year, after the first few months, we'll see an uptick in truancies.
Okay. Like meaning this year, or just in general, every school?
In general, 2 months into like a new school year, we're seeing an uptick of truancy CRAs being filed by the local school district.
Okay. Are there other times of year when that happens, or you don't really know?
Yeah, I can't say that there's a time that it's either higher or lower.
I appreciate that, but as I said, I have certainly no qualms with your nomination, so there are no further questions. Thank you, Counselor.
Thank you.
So I think we've got the technology working. We're gonna go back to the screen for Counselor Ziegler and hope that we will be able to hear you now.
All right, can you hear me now?
Nope.
You listen, if you can.
You know what? I'm gonna call you.
Wait a minute. Call me on the phone, and I'll put it on the speaker.
There you go. Stay on the screen though, that we can zoom it. Yeah.
Since you're looking so good.
You're looking fantastic. Always something with technology.
I know.
Better?
All right, me now? Oh, can you hear me okay now? Hello?
All right, everybody can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you. Apologies for the technical issues. It was, Attorney Larkin, it was really great to connect with you.
Thank you.
I just have a few questions for you. As you had mentioned, the statement.
You stop for 1 second, Counselor.
A little trouble here. Static, hold on a second, Eunice. Everybody's dying to hear from you. We're all sitting at the edge of our seat.
Watching you.
We're not gonna
of positive letters of support that we received from a diverse array of people who've experienced you as a colleague in the courts. We got letters from the district attorney, assistant district attorneys, from court officers, from probation officers. The list goes on and on. And beyond that, the number of calls I've received in support of you and just speaking unanimously, so glowingly about how they've experienced you in the role and their support for you to be confirmed into this position with confidence that you will serve Franklin County's juvenile court with distinction and the other thing I just want to comment on, it's come up during the course of today, but just Franklin County juvenile court, but just in general, the justice system in Franklin County is so collaborative, is so respectful, is so humanistic in its approach that I very much appreciate that comes from the people working together and the spirit that they bring to the work. And I think it's amazing and wonderful for the community in Franklin County to have that kind of an essence in the court during traumatic, stressful, challenging times. And so I just wanted to share that sentiment.
Arguably, it's a great group of staff, lawyers, every stakeholder, I think.
And beyond, like the way that the court collaborates with community service providers to find solutions that are real and that work. I can't say enough about it. So I have no further questions for you today. I'm going to close out this hearing, but congratulations on the nomination again.
Thank you so much. Thank you to everybody.
Thank you all.
Counselor Civil.
Wonderful, so good to have you. You're sitting in the chair of honor, all right? Yes. Great, fantastic. All right, Happy New Year. Go ahead and get started. I'll go ahead and call our meeting to order. I'd like to recognize Counselor Ianella for a moment of reflection and prayer and leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Thank you very much. We seek blessings on the task before us. Bless our efforts with clear insight, our deliberations with wisdom, our work with clarity and accuracy, and our decision with impartiality. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America, to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay,
We have a lot on this agenda.
I know, we do. Can I recognize Counselor Jacobs for a motion to record advice and consent for the financial warrant?
So moved.
It's been made. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Counselor Civil. All those in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it. I'd like to recognize Counselor Dolan for a motion to record advice and consent for the pending list of notaries public and justices of the peace. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by Counselor Jacobs. All those in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it. And I think we've got 6 new nominations. Senior Judge Omar Hernandez for reappointment to the Industrial Accident Board. Counselor Dolan, do you have a date and time for that hearing yet?
Tentatively the 21st at 10 o'clock, and I will confirm.
First,
What day was that?
The 21st at 2 weeks from today at 10.
but you're gonna confirm, you're saying, okay. And then we've got Judge Douglas Bean for reappointment also to the Industrial Accident Board. That is Unisys, so maybe we'll wait to hear from her and try and let her know you're planning the 21st. Then we've got Judge Thomas Daniels, also on the Industrial Accident Board. Counselor Jacobs, are you the date in mind yet?
You know what? So again, tentatively, but I'm gonna say the 21st at 11.
Okay, 21st.
Because these reappointments can be pretty quick. We can do a
Yeah.
few in a day.
So 10 is what Counselor Dolan thought for that same day, and 11, you think you need?
And 11.
Half hour week.
Hour? Do you want me to say 10:30?
Yeah.
All right, 10:30.
10:30 it is. And then Judge Matthew King, also the Industrial Accident Board, that's yours, Counselor Ianella?
Same day, 9:30, please.
9:30, got it. Nice. 9:30, you can do it. Judge Michael Williams, also the Industrial Accident Board, and Counselor Civil, that's in your district. Do you want to stick to the 21st?
Yes, tentatively 21st at 11.
11 a.m. and 10:30.
We're good.
No, we don't. Tara moved hers.
Time
Yeah,
on the day.
Tara moved hers to 10:30, so.
Yep. And then Maureen Coonahan, also the Industrial Accident Board. That's you, Counselor Kennedy?
Why don't we want to do that at 12:30 and then we'll have our assembly and then do that, or?
Sounds good.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You can do 11:30.
11:30 or
30.
11:30, was 11:30 picked?
Okay.
we got 10, we got 9:30, 10, 10:30, 11, and 11:30.
So then if Counselor Ziegler decides to do it the same day, she could do it, she could do that at 12:30.
Have the assembly do it and then we're done.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I think that includes all of our business, so I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Motion made by Counselor Jacobs, seconded by Counselor Kennedy. All those in favor? Any opposed? The ayes have it. We stand adjourned.